My name's Claire Dugan, and I'm going to do a little demonstration on how to teach little kids phonics. I am a certified Montessori teacher, and this is Vicki, and she has a grandson who's 2, and I wanted to show her how Montessori teaches little 2-year-olds how to learn phonics. So I wanted to tell you that in Montessori they kind of isolate everything. I'll give you an example. You know those xylophones that have different colors and they have different lengths and they all obviously have different sounds? They don't do that in Montessori. In Montessori they isolate it. So if they had a xylophone, it would all be the same lengths and they would all be one color, and the only thing that would change would be the sound. So in Montessori, what we're going to be doing here is teaching Will the sounds of the letters. We're going to totally forget about the names of the letters, and we're going to concentrate on the short sounds of the vowels. And we're going to just do lowercase, so we're just going to do one thing at a time. And we're going to involve as many senses as possible. So we're going to, since little boys like to run around, we're going to use this in a kinesthetic way, and we're going to use touch, and we're going to use sound. So the way we do this is we just start with 3 letters, and since Will has a fairly phonetic name, we'll start with the 3 letters in his name. So we'll use the W and the L and the I. Now we won't be telling Will the names of the letters. We're going to forget about that also. We're just going to teach him the sounds of the letters. I know that may seem crazy, but believe me, you cannot read by knowing the sounds of the names of the letters. You have to learn the sounds of the letters. So if Will is up here at the table, what we're going to do is just show him the letter and then just trace the letter, because we can get him ready for writing the letter. Now I just wanted to also tell you that these are in print, and there's 2 kinds of Montessori schools. There's International Montessori that more closely follows Marie Montessori's methodology, and then there's American Montessori. I checked around, and most of the Montessori schools around here are American Montessori, so they teach little kids print letters, so we're going to be using those. So if he's here, we're just going to trace the letter and say this is W. W. And we're only going to teach him 3 letters to start with. So then we're going to go to the I, and we're going to just show him how to trace it and tell him this is it. Okay, because we're going to use the short sound. And notice that all the vowels are in red, and eventually Will is going to figure out that every word has at least one of these red letters in it. So we're going to show him this is it, and then this is O. Okay, and then we'll do it again, because we need to have him help him remember it. So this is W. Can you say what? And ask him to say the sound. This is it. Can you say it? And then this is O. Okay, now this is where the kinesthetic part comes in. Then you say, Will, take the W and put it all the way upstairs on your bed. Then you say, take the it and put it on the living room couch. And then you say, this is O, take the O and put it on the kitchen counter. So you can imagine him running, okay? So the next thing we're going to do is say, go get the W. Now he's most likely going to bring back the wrong letter. If he happens to bring back the letter, you just say, great, that's W. Now go get the it. But if he happens to bring back the it, when you ask him to bring back the W, you don't have to say anything except say, this is it. Can you go get the W? And eventually he'll bring back all 3 of the letters, and you go over again and have him say the sound also out loud. So he's using his own voice, you're using your voice, you're using tracing the letters, and you're using that kinesthetic, which all gets it embedded in his brain. So you can do that you can do it as many times as you want, but you want to stop before he's ready to stop. So he's always excited about it. And then the next day, you go over the same 3 letters. And when you're absolutely sure, and not before, that he knows each of the sounds, say, what's this one, Will? And then he'll tell you the sound. And when you're absolutely sure he's got all three of these down, then you can add another letter. Now you don't want to make the sounds too close together. Like you would never want to start with a B and a D because they're too close together. So does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the next day you can use the same three letters, and if he absolutely has it down, you can add a letter. And you want to keep, and you just keep adding the sounds of the letters. All you want to do is have him understand all the sounds. And eventually he'll start to look around and he'll recognize those letters in his environment, and he'll start saying the sounds from the signs he reads or the book he has on his table. But another thing you can do is once he's got enough sounds, you can put out some objects, and you can have him say the name of the object, hat, and he will be able to pick the sounds as long as you pick an object that is phonetic. So he'll be able to say huh, at. And you can do that with a pen too. For instance, you can just take the p and the and the and he can spell anything that is phonetic just from the sounds. And then you can move on to little books that are totally phonetic and only use short sounds. And when he's got all the short sounds of the vowels down, you can start to teach him the individual long sounds of the vowels. So you're a librarian. Do you think that's a cool way to teach kids?
Yeah, that's really neat.
Okay, that's the lesson.